A man doesn't slowly fall out of love. There's a switch. One exact moment where I can't stop thinking about her quietly becomes, I'll text her back later. And here's the part that'll haunt you. You were probably happiest right before it flipped. So tonight, I'm walking you through the 5 stages of how a man loses interest, start to finish. And somewhere in the middle, you're going to recognize the exact moment it happened in your own relationship. Don't look away when you feel it, because that moment is the key to making sure it never happens to you again. Remember it? He was relentless, texting first every morning, planning days ahead, learning the little things, your coffee order, the song you mentioned once. He looked at you like he was terrified you'd vanish, and it felt incredible, because for once, you didn't have to wonder if someone wanted you. He showed you, loudly, constantly. You remember the butterflies when his name lit up your screen, the way you'd reread his texts and smile at nothing, the way your friends got a little tired of hearing his name. This is the stage every woman remembers. It's also the stage that fools you, because it feels exactly like love. Hold that thought. Slowly, you let your guard down. You stopped testing whether he'd stay, because he kept proving he would. You gave him your weekends, your mornings, your heart. The full, unguarded you. You finally let him win. And winning you should have been the beginning. For the right man, it would have been. But for him, winning you was the beginning of the end, because the second you became his, the game he was actually playing was over. You can't point to the exact day, but you felt it. The text came slower. The good morning stopped. The plans got vague. The man who couldn't get enough of you suddenly seemed fine without you. Maybe it was the night he didn't text back till morning and never even explained. Maybe it was the first time you said, I miss you, and got a you too that felt like a reflex. And you started doing the math in your head, asking what you did wrong. Here's the truth that's going to sting. Nothing about you changed. What flipped was simple. He stopped being unsure of you. His interest was never feeding on you. It was feeding on the not knowing. Now the distance is real. He's there, but he's somewhere else. You can be in the same room, the same bed, and feel completely alone. You text, "How was your day?" and get back one word. You suggest a weekend away and he says maybe. You're not even fighting. That's the strange part. There's just nothing where the warmth used to be. And you catch yourself studying his face for a feeling that isn't there anymore. And this is where it turns cruel. Because you can feel him slipping, and every instinct in your body screams, hold on tighter. So you do. You start chasing. You text first now. You plan the dates. You make yourself smaller, softer, easier. Anything to bring back the man from stage 1. You start screenshotting his texts to decode them with your friends. You delete the message you really wanted to send and replace it with something chill. You start celebrating the bare minimum. A single good night feels like a win. But here's what no one tells you. Every time you reach, he gets to lean back. Every time you carry the whole thing, he gets to set it down. The chase didn't end, it just flipped. Now you're the one running, boss, and he's the one being chased. And a man who's being chased never has to wonder if he'll lose you, which means he never has to try again. So now the question sitting underneath all 5 stages. Why? Why does a man lose interest the moment he finally has you? Because, brace yourself, he was never addicted to you. He was addicted to the chase, the uncertainty, the hunt. That will she, won't she was the high. And the day you removed the doubt, you removed the drug. It wasn't love that faded. Because it was never love. It was the thrill of the win. And the game ended the second he won. But before you take a single ounce of this as your fault, hear the most important thing I'll say. There are 2 kinds of men. The first only ever wanted the chase. He goes cold the moment he's sure of you, every single time. And no amount of love will fix him. Because love was never what he came for. But the second kind, the one actually worth your whole heart, feels that same certainty and moves closer. He doesn't fade when he's sure. He finally relaxes. He stops chasing because he's done looking. Same certainty. two completely different men. One pulls away, one pulls closer. That was never about you. That was always about him. So here's what you do with all of this. The next time a man's warmth disappears the moment he feels sure of you, let it. Don't shrink to keep him. Don't chase a love that was only ever a game, because you were never too much, and you were never too available. You were just available to the wrong man. Save that love, your real, fierce, unstoppable love, and for the one who stays after the chase is over, because the right man doesn't lose interest when he finally has you. To him, having you was the whole point. If you felt even one of those stages in your chest, you already know your worth. And if this helped you see it, subscribe. You deserve to understand love before it confuses you again.